Move on and let's talk about companies which have really emerged as strong shows in the last 14 years. And how can we not talk about Tata Power, right? So let's welcome on board Dr. Praveer Sinha, CEO and MD at Tata Power, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Sinha, great to have you today on ET Now, and thank you for supporting us through this last 14-year journey of ours.
Thank you, and my heartiest congratulations on your 14th anniversary. Even the market is celebrating, so I think we are all there with you, and we feel privileged and proud to be associated with you. So look forward to many years of association.
Thank you so much for those kind words. And when we look back, Mr. Sinha, about on the last 14 years, one of the biggest theme perhaps is going to be energy transition. So let's talk about that. Tell us, apart from solar, wind, hydro, energy adoption, what could be the face and the reality of power as it's traditionally called, or energy now in, say, in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think that the power sector is going through a huge transition and transformation. And what is actually happening is that we are seeing that from large generating stations, we are getting into decentralized generation. And that means that there is that much of democratization and socialization of energy. So it's empowering everyone, empowering the customer, and every consumer today has the ability to generate and to use that energy and also sell it in the exchange or sell it to communities around. So I think it's a great transformation that is happening. Also, I think the transition has happened in terms of using digital technology in power, and that is helping the consumers through the smart meters and smart grid to get real-time data and information on their usage, and also to the utilities, and thereby optimize the usage of power or supply of power. So I think the power sector is going through huge transformation, a lot of technology changes, apart from, of course, the solar and wind. You will see a whole lot of storage that will come. We will also have hydrogen. We'll have pump storage that will happen in a big way. And I do believe that we will have some of nuclear power also acting in the country, especially the small nuclear reactors, SMRs that people are and the scientists are working on. So I think it will be a paradigm shift in the way the power can be produced going forward.
Dr. Sinha, that is, how are you looking at tapping into this paradigm shift, the entire digitization, technology usage, etc.? Because you did lay out your 5-year vision till 2027. You're looking at revenue growth of almost, actually revenue becoming 3x of what it is right now. What would be that driver, and how is Tata Power looking at tapping into all of these potentials?
Absolutely, and we are looking at huge growth. In fact, if you see it in last 2 years, we have actually grown 100% in our revenue, and also nearly 3 times in our profit. So I think we are in a trajectory where the growth will continue going forward. And we do believe that Tata Power will play a very, very important role in the new technology areas. Renewable, of course, will be there, but renewable not just as standalone solar or wind, but renewable in terms of how do we package it on round-the-clock power, on peaking power. And that's where I think some of these solutions on storage, some of the hybrid solutions with pump storage, battery storage, some of the hybrid solutions, even on demand response and demand side management will happen. And we strongly believe that the 24/7 power, renewable power is achievable. It will be reliable power. It will have resilience in terms of backup of supply at N-1 or N-2. And the type of solutions that are coming up and the software that has been developed to optimize the usage of power, I think it's not very far that we will be able to really provide the 24/7 renewable power, and that will become a reality.
So, let's try and break this down, Dr. Sinha. Let's start with the supply side issue and coal. I mean, coal is down 45% on a year-on-year basis price-wise. How big a benefit is it for your thermal power generation, and where do you see the prices headed? You think the worst is behind us?
I think the imported coal prices have gone down. We saw a high of $400 last year. It has now come down to something like 125, 130 on a like-to-like basis, and we do expect that it will come to sub 100 by the end of this calendar year. We believe that the worst is not off for imported coal. It will reduce further, and it will come to the same level which it was prior to COVID. We also will see that more and more renewable capacity additions will happen. If you see last year, globally 1.1 trillion was spent on just clean energy solutions, and this is just solar, wind, and pump storage and battery storage and things like that. And this year it is expected that it will increase to 1.7 trillion globally. So I think the investment in clean energy will make clean energy more affordable, more reliable, and we will have unique solutions which will be able to transition and help the transition not only for power generation but also in hard to abate sectors where they were using the conventional ways of producing power. They will also sooner than later shift into the clean energy solutions.
Dr. Sinha, while the coal price decline is a bit of a boon for for your thermal generation business, it comes as a bane for your coal mining business, right? Do you think the peak of the coal profits are firmly behind, and there could be a sharp drop when it comes to your coal JV profits?
Yes, and this we have always seen that the coal and our thermal generation using imported coal, that is the Mundra plant, they virtually are combined in terms of increase in one that makes a reduction in the other. When the coal prices went up, Mundra losses increased. And when the coal prices will come down, the Mundra losses will reduce drastically. So I think they are a reflection to each other in terms of the price movement. And we do expect that the coal prices, the way it is coming down, the profit will come down. And so also the under recovery of Mundra will reduce drastically.
Yeah, not just about Mundra specifically, and I know this is a constant question that we ask you all the time. The supplementary PPA and the resolution, what's the update?
So, as you know that we are under Section 11, it was there till 15th of June and it has got extended up to 30th September. And we expect that before the Section 11 period gets over, we should be able to resolve this and come to a supplementary PPA.
Okay, yes, so this Section 11 imposition that has been extended, talk to us about whether that actual is having an impact on the books or not, because in the sense, are you receiving the payments from discoms on time? Because outstanding dues has been a problem for the entire industry. Is there any improvement in your working capital in your credit days?
I think Section 11 talks about weekly payment, and we have been getting weekly payment. So, if you are cost efficient and if you are in the merit order, you do get paid because if they do not pay, you will not be in a position to supply to them. So they always ensure that they pay you on time. And in our case, we virtually get the weekly payments from all the procurers.
Understood, Dr. Sinha. But also just talk to us about, the plans for Tata Power going forward. You did talk about solar rooftop, which is one space. The EPC ordering is increasing, pump storage, etc. But are you looking to go big when it comes to green hydrogen as well? What about the entire solar manufacturing, etc., the panel manufacturing? Could you talk to us about key numbers and targets there?
So we are setting up a 4 gigawatt cell and module plant in Tamil Nadu. Both the cell and the module units will get ready in later part of this year. So we are very much on track. A lot of work is happening. It's an investment of nearly 3,400 crores, and we will of course get some support under the PLI also. So I think we are very much on track. This is again a state of the art plant, and we will be able to produce modules from here and use it both internally and also supply it to the other users. So to that extent, the supply side is being taken care, and we hope we will be in a much better position in terms of giving a guidance on what sort of prices will happen for renewable power in future. Secondly, we do work on many of the new initiatives, including hydrogen. We are looking at doing some pilot projects and ensuring that how do we bring down the cost and make it more efficient for its utilization and scaling it up in the country. So we are in discussion. We are looked at some of the potential consumers or potential clients who would be in a position to buy this or take this hydrogen. And if we are able to succeed in terms of bringing down the price, we do feel that we can scale it up to a large scale.
Okay, can scale hydrogen as well up, given the fact right now you're looking at pilot stages, but all of this needs a lot of investment. In fact, for your renewable business itself, you're looking at making capex of 75,000 crores over 5 years. How are you going to fund this? Balance sheet situation has improved quite a bit over the last 3 years, but from here on, how will the absolute debt move?
So as you have seen in our renewable business, we generate huge amount of cash. The EBITDA is nearly 85 to 90% of the revenue. So I think we will have enough of cash to cater to the debt that we would be taking for these new investments. So they would be self-sufficient, and the internal cash flows will support all the growth that we have. And you have already seen that we had got an investor in the platform, and I think we are all set for at least next few years.
Okay, Dr. Sinha, we let you go on that note. Really appreciate you joining us on this special day. An absolute pleasure speaking with you as always.
Thank you very much, and once again, my best wishes and heartiest congratulations on your 14th anniversary.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Quickly taking a break on that note, but before we do that, let's take stock of what's happening in the market. 18,766 is where we are at the index level. MRPL has moved